So we're already saving at least $20 doing it ourselves, and that is the first time buying like all of the extra stuff. Hey there, welcome back to Limabean Living. If you are new here, my name is Emily, and I am in the middle of a little series where I'm trying something new using the hashtag NEWTODO to document my experiences on social media. Feel free to join in and use that hashtag if you guys try something new during this crazy time when you're probably stuck at home. But in today's video, I am going to be changing the oil in my car. I've never done this before. I've always just like brought it into Walmart and like had them do it. But Juan is experienced with this, and he's going to like walk us through really how to do it, and also explain like how you guys can save a lot of money if you do it yourself. Since we've gotten married, he's kind of done the oil changes and stuff like that. So we've been taking care of the oil changes ourselves, but this is the first time that I'm doing it. And not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I don't know if I really want this responsibility, but we're gonna see how it goes. All right, Juan, tell us what we need to do or what we need to know before I get started.
Step 1 to save money. Get your owner's manual. Every car should have one. If you don't have one, you can put your vehicle's information on Google and you can find all the details.
And what do you mean by vehicle's information? Just like the make and model?
Year, make and model, and then engine size. So going in through the reference, we find that, it's a 2.5 liter, and it takes 4.6 quarts of oil.
And that says with filter, right?
Yes. And then we also see...
Why don't we use the without filter? Why does it show that?
Every time you change the filter, every time you change the oil, you're going to change the filter. It's like going into a shower and using the same clothes after your shower.
Okay.
So if you're gonna put new oil, you put a new filter.
So then why did it say without filter, like as another option? Just like if you're just pouring more oil in?
Well, some people just change the oil filter every other oil change.
Oh, okay.
So they can save time.
But you're making me do the whole thing?
Yes, the proper way.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so they go to their owner's manual, find out how much oil they need.
And then one more important thing, it even tells you
Let it focus. Okay.
Tells you the recommended oil. It says to use 0W20 for the best fuel economy and starting in cold weather. And it says you can also use 5W20 may be used. And we're using that one because it's hotter temperatures in Texas.
Where we're at, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Juan went to the store and picked up this oil, the 5W20.
Yeah. Full synthetic is better because the vehicle requires oil changes every 5,000 miles. It's better to put synthetic. This was $15 and has 5 quarts, so that's more than enough for what we need for this oil change. Oil filter is less than $3.
And how did you know to get this specific one?
So when you go to Walmart, there's a little computer there.
Mm-hmm.
You put in your vehicle information and it gives you the oil filter number.
Okay. Like you said there's a book?
There's a book, or there's a little computer where you put your year, model, and it tells you which one to get.
And I'm sure we could, like, if I went there and couldn't find the book, asking someone in like the auto area, they'd be able to figure it out. Yeah. Okay.
And then we're gonna need a funnel, drain pan.
How much are the drain pans?
The funnels are 99 cents. The drain pans, this one was less than $15 at AutoZone.
Okay, but that would pay off in the long run.
Yeah, because you can use this, and then once it's full, you can take it back to Walmart or AutoZone, and then dump the oil there so they can recycle it, and you get to keep your container.
And then what else do we need?
And this is the special tool because this vehicle has a cartridge type filter.
Okay.
This was on Amazon for like less than $10, the tool. And you just type Toyota RAV4 oil filter tool and it'll come up. And then we need a wrench, and then a ratchet with a 14mm socket.
And would that size socket change for other cars?
Yeah, every car will have its different size socket.
And how will we know if people want to do it on their own, what size they need to get?
You can also Google it, or if you have a standard tool set, it'll have all the sockets that you need.
Okay. I don't know how I'm going to be using these tools, but I'm going to use them. So Juan, based on all of the money spent, let's say for the very first oil change, how much money would we spend needing to buy like the bucket and like all of that stuff total?
Probably a little bit more than $50 for your first oil change.
And then how much would we spend at like Walmart to get it done?
I don't know what they charge, but I know that a lot of Jiffy Lubes, a lot of the small like oil change places, if you go in there, you don't pay less than $100.
And with a coupon, it might be like 70.
Yeah.
So we're already saving at least $20 doing it ourselves, and that is the first time buying like all of the extra stuff. And then once that is out of the way, the only thing we have to buy are the filter and the oil.
Yeah.
And how much was that again?
$15 for the oil and then $3 for the filter.
All right, so we'd be spending like $18 for an oil change by ourselves when we might get charged $100 or $70 if we find a good coupon. All right. I don't know if you guys agree, but it seems like a pretty good deal to me. That's a lot of extra Starbucks drinks that I could be getting.
So also, for those individuals that want to keep doing their service, there's also such booklets with your owner manuals. And in here it tells you what to do. So once you reach 50,000 miles, it tells you to check, the floor mats, the fluid levels, the wiper blades, and then it's telling you to replace the engine oil and filter, rotate tires, and check the brakes. Those are some minor things that you can easily do at home, and this would be something that the dealer would normally do for you when you reach the 50,000 miles, but it wouldn't cost $15, $20 like we're spending to do this maintenance.
Cool. So that was the part of the video I was looking forward to, because I didn't have to really do anything besides ask questions. Now I have to do the scary part. All right, what's the first thing that we do, Juan?
Go ahead and open the hood.
Why can I never find this thing? First step done. All right, what's the next step?
Open the oil cap, remove it.
Which is?
A cap that usually has oil written on top of
where
it.
It said, be nice. And why are we doing this?
That's so that when you're draining it, you can get a better flow of the end of the oil coming out of the oil pan.
I'm weak, Juan. Okay. Thank you.
You did it all. Just
All
put that off to the side. You can.
Just like right up here.
Yeah.
Now this is warm, but we didn't like just drive it.
No, right? It was like 2 hours ago.
So if someone were to go to like Walmart, drive back home, they should wait. How long?
Around like an hour or two.
Next step.
Get the tool, the ratchet with the 14mm socket.
Okay.
And then get your oil pan. And then go under the engine.
Now, do I just move that where it needs to be right now?
Just slide it off to the side now, and then when...
Because I'm going to use this...
To break the torque first on that oil pan bolt. Once you start loosening it with your hand, then that's when you get the drain pan under there.
Okay, so the other thing was, because I have a RAV4, this is just tall enough for me to like not need any extra tools. But if someone has a smaller car, they might need something to lift it up.
Yeah. You need a jack and some jack stands. And that'll lift the car if it's close to the ground.
I apologize for any double chin footage, you guys. Oh my gosh. And then turn it.
Now you're gonna push up.
I'm trying. Why am I so weak? It doesn't help that this is my left hand.
So another thing you can do is with one hand you can hold it, and then with the palm of your hand you can tap the ratchet. That helps you break the torque.
Tap it? Like
yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Nope. Wouldn't a longer handle help someone as weak as me?
You can, but then there's no, it's not gonna reach.
Well, it's a good thing that this is on sturdy. Ay, ay, ay.
Here, let me try.
The whole point was for me to do it.
I'll just loosen it for you.
So get your husbands to do this part. What? Ugh.
You can move that ratchet out of the way and then push the drain pan under there. It's gonna shoot out maybe 6 to 10 inches. So you want to calculate that the stream won't go
6 to 10 inches in that way?
Yeah.
So would you say like right here is safe? Here's the screw up here.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
And now since I broke the torque, you could just
I'm scared, Juan.
just loosen it.
And I'm gonna try. Is the oil gonna be really hot?
No, it'll be warm.
Great.
But it's like, it'll be like tap water.
All right. I didn't let go.
And then you might have to reposition the oil pan as the oil starts to, the stream starts to get less.
Smells like some of the rides at Disneyland. Like the Autopia or whatever. Okay, so aside from how hard that was to loosen for me, apparently I'm like super weak. I thought I was stronger than that. That wasn't so hard. So your husbands could easily do this. You could easily unscrew this thing. So now what? What do I do now? Lay here and try to look.
No, we have to
pretty?
wait maybe 5 minutes for it to drain all the
Okay.
way, and then we will put the drain plug back on. Those drain plugs have a gasket,
What's a gasket?
so pull out the drain plug.
This thing?
Yeah,
Oh, the little like donut shaped thing?
yeah.
Okay.
That you have to inspect it, make sure it's not cracked, because if it's cracked, it'll leak.
It doesn't look cracked in my opinion.
Okay.
What do you think?
We're just gonna wipe it and then get ready to reinstall it. Yeah.
Is that clean enough?
Yeah. You wipe it so that you can check the gasket. So you
okay.
visually check it without anything getting away.
Okay.
If those are cracked, you can go to AutoZone or any auto parts store and get a pack of them for under $5.
All right, so Juan, how would someone know like what screw to undo or whatever if they're like a total noob like me?
I mean, the first thing you can do is if you see where your engine is, so you obviously see that the engine, you know, is that aluminum block looking thing. So if you go right under the car, that would be the oil pan would be under that.
And where's the transmission on this thing?
It'll be off to the side on this side. Can't really see it under all that stuff, but
So you're saying that there's like another pan under on that side that you don't want to unscrew?
yeah, there'll be a pan under the other side of the car, and then if you accidentally drain that, then you drained your transmission oil, which you don't want to do. So you want to verify that the pan that you're loosening the bolt from is actually for the engine oil.
And if they still are unsure, they could just probably YouTube like how to change their specific car's oil
Yeah, or Google will have some kind of
image or something, like of a under the car image. Okay. All right, so clean this thing. That's still draining. And then the funnel is for pouring more oil in, right?
it's for pouring the oil.
And then the other 3 things down there are for changing the filter.
Yeah.
And when do I do that? Once the oil's all drained?
Yeah, once you've drained the oil and you put the drain plug back, then we go to step 2,
Okay.
draining the filter. Yeah, that's where the filter is gonna go. Once you put on the drain plug.
It's still dripping,
That's okay.
but I'm gonna get dirty.
No, just stick it in there. As soon as you put it in there, it'll stop.
Where is it? Here. I think. Don't Drop it, Emily. Thanks. Have a towel ready.
And now you can move the oil pan.
All right. Now this thing.
No. You have to go.
Oh no, we have to tighten that thing, right?
Yeah, that's the most important thing. That's how people lose engines. They forget to tighten the drain plug. So you're going to first tighten it as much as you can with your hand. Once it's tight by hand, then put the ratchet on there. So on the ratchet, look at the ratchet.
Yeah. Do I have to move this thing?
Yeah. Move the.
Is it in the film?
Yeah.
This thing right here.
Yeah, move the selector.
Okay.
So now it's gonna tighten versus loosening. So then once the bolt makes contact with the gasket and it doesn't turn anymore, it only requires a quarter turn of tightening.
Do you want to check to make sure I did it?
I could double check it, but
did I do an okay job?
yeah.
All right. So now we do the filter, and now we pour more oil in.
Now you're gonna loosen the filter. So you gotta attach that aluminum tool.
Okay. This thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Right up here.
Yeah.
Okay. It pushed it in.
Yeah.
Do I just turn it?
No, it's.
Oh no, I use that wrench then.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That's also gonna leak oil
Oh.
after you've loosened it a couple turns.
You didn't warn me about this. Come on. Yay!
Okay. So you can put a socket on that and twist it easier, but I don't have a socket big enough, so that's why we use a wrench.
And a socket's like the thing that we used in the other one.
Yeah, it would make it easier, but since it's such a bigger socket, I don't have it, and I don't want to feel like spending $10 to buy a bigger socket when I have a tool that works. You're gonna have to twist it maybe 20 times.
20 times?
Before it comes off.
Come on, little guy, come on. Ugh. My hands. They're gross.
Get that shop towel, put it on that black mat, and then pull the oil filter out. Since you already put it upside down, most of the oil already came off.
Okay. So this is the oil filter that we're going to replace. Okay.
And then put that back in there. In the...
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just want to clean that off. So you're going to inspect it, make sure it doesn't have any cracks, make sure it's not like messed up. And you can remove the tool. If not, you can still leave it on there until it goes back on the car.
Do you need it back on when you put it back in?
You don't, not necessarily, but you can. It can help you put it back on.
It's like a really bad pickle jar, you guys. Another job for your husband.
Yeah, that's fine. So now you see the O-ring. There's an O-ring.
A what?
There's a rubber O-ring on the side. You gotta peel that one off. That's what seals that from leaking oil. Yeah, that's exactly why I just pinch it. So those O-rings you do not reuse.
Do you have to buy them?
It comes with the filter.
Okay.
So you can put on the new filter in there.
Does it matter which way?
No, it just fits one way.
Okay.
And that's it. And I'll get that new O-ring.
Why is there a little one? What's this other thing?
You can choose to drain the oil filter first, or you can remove it as an assembly. We just removed it in assembly, so you don't need the smaller one.
Or the plastic thing?
No.
Stretch it over. Okay.
And you want to get some new oil to lubricate the O-ring so that when it goes into the back into the engine, the O-ring doesn't get damaged as you screw that.
So I just dip my finger in or something?
Yeah, dip your finger in there.
Okay.
And then just coat that O-ring. Some people like to coat it before you put it on the filter, but
does it have to be perfect?
no, you just want some oil so that as you put it back in.
As if there wasn't already enough oil everywhere.
Oh yeah.
All right. So now what?
Now stick it back into the engine. Okay, so before you move that pan, all that oil residue, get that towel and wipe it. And that's where the filter goes.
It's all up here.
Yeah. The actual oil pan too.
All right. Is that good enough?
Let me see. The reason you want to clean all this area is that whenever you start the car for the first time, you can check if anything is leaking that you touched. Like that before you start driving, you don't want to drive with an oil leak. So that's where the oil filter goes. Okay. Put it on.
All right. I've done as much as my hand can do. So now I tighten it.
Yeah.
And I go. Can you move the phone? I'm tired. My hands are greasy. I've tightened the oil filter thingy as much as I could do. Juan, you checked it. You only maybe did like a quarter turn, right? Okay. So I think for me, obviously Juan can do this a whole lot quicker than I can. But for me, I'm a big person. And because we don't have the car lifted at all, I think that was a little bit of a struggle for me because of just the positioning. But it's doable. It's just not, sleeping in a big comfy couch watching shows and eating cookies type of comfortable. All right, what's the next step?
Now we're going to put oil. So remember, it uses 4.6 quarts, and that's 5 quarts.
So this is 4 quarts.
So you're going to be a little bit around here. You have to pour it slowly because you have to do it like that.
Is that about how much we want left?
Yeah.
So I'm done?
Mm-hmm.
So here's 1 liter. Got around the halfway mark, so we know that we've used about 4.6. Maybe you could probably pour a little bit more, or no?
You can. Well, you're going to start the engine, and then once it runs, you turn it off, and then you check the oil level again, because not all 100% of the oil
gets drained out.
Yeah.
All right, so then we just return the cap, take out the funnel, and start the car.
Yeah.
And what's the purpose of starting the car?
Verify that there's no leaks, and also to get the oil going through the engine, and then so you can shut it off and then check the oil level.
And how long do we run it for?
You can run it 30 seconds to a minute. And that's it. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. We'd love to have you stick around, and we'll catch you in the next one. You've made it to the end of the video. If you didn't know already, my name is Emily from Limabean Living. Welcome. We are so happy to have you. We post videos every Monday and Friday on a variety of content: lifestyle, cooking, cleaning, military life, DIYs, encouraging mathematical development in children, and so much more. Thank you so much again for watching, and until next time.